All right, so let's now turn to a few major political stories that shaped Africa's landscape in 2025. Do we still have Yemi Fajemisin with us? All right, so we have him back. He'll be joining us to just speak more on this. Yemi, thank you for staying with us. All right, but let's begin. Let's go to Cameroon's presidential election, which was one of the defining contests of 2025. It was marked by intense political rivalry and questions about the country's democratic future. Let's revisit how the vote unfolded.
President Paul Biya, who has been in power now for about 43 years. And you know, there has been this desire, this very, very deep desire for change. And Cameroonians actually proved it out yesterday by voting massively and making sure that their votes are being protected. Now, when we talk about the whole momentum and the whole movement behind Issa Chiroma, it goes to simply show that Cameroonians are saying this time around, Biya has to go, Biya has to leave. Because we know fully well that Issa Chiroma is not the best of candidates, but Cameroonians said they want him out. They even call him the good devil. That is how they call him. They call him the good devil. So you see, we have gotten to the point where Cameroonians just want Biya to leave, and they are ready to put even the devil at the presidency because they want alternance of power. But now the question is that enough?
Let's go to Ethiopia, where the Amhara crisis exposed deep divisions with power struggles, persecution, and internal conflict shaking the nation. Here's a look back at how this crisis shaped Ethiopia's trajectory.
It was just that war. It wasn't a matter of the Amhara forces, the allied forces, whether it's the Amhara special forces or the FANUS. It wasn't being allied to the government. It was just there was an overlapping situation where there were areas or territories that were annexed by the TPLF-led government back when they were leading the country. That was the only reason why they involved in the war. It wasn't because there was a strategic partnership or alliance. The Amharas were actually a target of the system, this ethnic federalism system that has been put in place in the early.
We also had quite a few episodes on Uganda as they head towards 2026 polls. Opposition voices accused the state of detaining hundreds of campaign supporters, raising concerns about political freedoms and the road to the polls. Let's hear more on this unfolding story.
Has always used these tactics during elections. Like it's simply the case of a leopard that can't wish away its spots. So the difference now is that there's social media, there's the internet, it's the digital age, and much of this is well documented to communicate about. So it speaks to a regime that has gone back to its way, its formula of doing things. It views elections as a possible challenge to its power. At the start of this, you mentioned Guinea-Bissau, where there was a coup a few days ago related to the elections. We've had a number of coups like that in Africa now. I think this is the third, where there's an election, before the results are announced, there's a coup or in the course of an election.
And finally, another story that topped the list for us in 2025 was the global policy decision, that also hit home, where the U.S. President Donald Trump expanded travel bans, sparking debates about what this means for Nigerians and Africa at large. Here's the impact.
The United States is a very strong country, a very rich and prosperous, and of course, the main attraction, for migrants coming in from nations of the South, and particularly Africa. And of course, because of the dynamics of survival, these countries coming in from poorer countries of the South, particularly African countries, are more easily implicated,
Well, that's all for today on The Conversation. We'll be back again next week. Do not forget to catch up on missed episodes on our YouTube channel at New Central TV. You can also watch New Central Live on DSTV channel 422, Go TV channel 23, Star Times channel 274, Avo TV, and YouTube. Until next time, I'm Darshan Usman. Happy New Year.